classes. My thing was I had struggled with reading. Couldn't read that well, and so you felt stupid. You felt like, oh, I can't read, so I'm not going to be good for nothing, whatever. And so I told myself, I'm never going to speak, I'm never going to read in front of anybody, because I don't want to mess up and get made fun of. And so that was the devil keeping me away from, like, I never read my Bible. I didn't do anything that had to do with reading, because I didn't want to get made fun of. In 2 Corinthians 12:19, it says, each time it says, my grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness. So now I am glad to boast about my weakness, so that the power of Christ can work through me. So since I didn't want to ever read, I was afraid to do anything that I had to do, like a reading test or whatever. I took all the jobs I took factory jobs, I did anything that I didn't have to do with reading. And so God turned me into one of the hardest workers. I work as hard as I possibly can. I don't want to do no reading. You need help? Hey, I'll help you. I can lift, I can do whatever, but as long as I ain't got to read to nobody, in front of nobody, I ain't got to do anything, then I'm good. But so God turned that weakness into another strength, but then he also turned it around. Like at the beginning, I didn't expect to be here. Now I'm up in front of you guys, reading out the Bible, teaching to the children. So it was a big turnaround in my life. So I never thought in a million years that I would be up here teaching and preaching and reading in front of anybody. I always told myself that I'll serve God later. So I'm gonna go have my fun. I'm gonna go do whatever I want to do, and then I'll go serve God. And I almost had a smug attitude to it, like I'm doing God a favor once. I quit what I'm doing, and then I go and serve God. Like, all right, God, here I am. Finally, you can have me now. And that's how I thought. So I went out, I did everything that I wanted to do, and when I was done, and it was like, okay, now I'll tone it down a little bit and start going to church. In Proverbs 27:1, it says, Proverbs 27:1, sorry. Don't brag about tomorrow, since you don't know what the day will bring. I didn't know if I was going to make it to see tomorrow. I had all these big plans on what I was going to do, but if I would have died back then, I was surely going to hell. And so I didn't know. I thought, okay, well, I'm going to do what I want to do, and then I'm going to follow God, and then I'll go to heaven. But you can't live your life like that, because you do not know about tomorrow. I was talking to a friend the other day, and we were just talking about how short life is, and you never know when your day is coming. So get your life right now before something happens. When I did decide to say, all right, Lord, I'm gonna serve you. Well, I'm not gonna serve you. I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing, and I'm gonna start going to church. I might read the Bible every now and again. I said, I'm gonna sit in the back. I was a back pew Christian. I'm not making fun of none of you guys in the back, but I was a true back of the church Christian, because I would go to church, I would come late, I would sit in the back, maybe fall asleep because of the night before, be on my phone texting. I was not paying attention to anything that the preacher was saying, and so I wasn't getting anything from what the preacher was saying either. So then I was going there like, oh, this is boring, I'm not getting nothing out of this. But I would still go just out of one obligation, and I would be like, okay, if I don't go, then my parents are going to say something. Then, did you go to church today? Well, at first I was going to their church, so if I didn't go, they knew I wasn't at church. So then when I switched up churches, I would still go to church, but I did it not because I wanted to get something out of it. I did it just because was, well, I was out kicking it last night, so let me go to church. Or even if I wasn't kicking it, I was raised to go to church on Sunday, so you go to church. And so that's what I did. Revelations 3:15 says, I know the things you do, that you are neither hot nor cold. I wish that you were one or the other. But since you are like lukewarm water, neither hot nor cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. And I was a lukewarm Christian. I was going to church, really wasn't doing much, but I called myself a Christian. I wasn't doing anything for him. If you read through the Bible and you see, all right, well, what does it mean to be a Christian? Was I doing that stuff? No, I said, yeah, I was going to church, so I'm a Christian. I read my Bible sometimes, so I'm a Christian. I didn't kill, I didn't steal too much stuff. I didn't do all the things that we would say, all right, that person's not a Christian. But if you would have saw me, you wouldn't never knew I was a Christian. And then I came to this church. I was searching for a church at that point in time, really, because I wanted to find a church to call it my home, because I was with my parents for a very long time, and I just wanted to have something for my own. I didn't want to be under their wing. I wanted to start my own roots. So then I was searching, and it was during COVID time, and I was church hopping with Elaine, and wherever she went, that's where I went. And went to a few different places, but they were cool. The last one we went to, it was really big. And if you go to a big church, it's super easy to sit in the back, church is over, and you leave. No relationship, no accountability. Nobody asking, hey, what are you reading in your word? How are you doing in your faith? Stuff like that. You can easily leave. And so big churches are easy to go to, but harder to grow in, for me. Not for everybody, but for me. So then we came to this church, and I honestly don't know why I even stayed, because we were outside, we were sitting in our cars, and the last church that we came from, we were already inside congregating. But when we came to this church, we were outside sitting in our cars, it was hot, and you could barely hear the people. I sat in the back in my car, you couldn't really hear them, and I don't know why I came back, because I shouldn't have came back, because I couldn't hear anything. I wasn't expecting anything, but I just kept coming back. I honestly don't know why. Then we came inside, and I sat in the back, and I remember the first or second week that I was here, here's pastor at the end of service or the middle of service. Yeah, Brother DeBose, do you have a song for us? And I'm thinking, how do you know me first? And because I didn't know him. And I'm like, no, I don't have no song. He's asking me to sing. It's like, yeah, no, I haven't sung in front of people in years. But it was a welcoming place. Except for Jason, he always just stared at me for some odd reason. He made it real weird for me for a long time. But that's my guy now. But yeah, I just kept coming back. And now I'm here for now. And this is where God is going to have me stay, and this is where I'm going to stay. But I'm always got my ears tuned to what he has for me and where I need to be. But this is where I'm at for now. In Proverbs 3:6, it says, seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. I was seeking after the Lord. I wanted to grow that relationship, and my walk with Christ has grown so much since I've been in this church, and the Lord knew that I was searching for something, and this is where he led me to, because I should have left. I should have never stayed here, because at the beginning, no offense to the worship team, but I couldn't handle y'all's worship. And so I always came late. Because I'm like, well, I'm going to just come late, and then I'm going to come for the preaching, because the preaching was on fire. It was on point. But I couldn't handle the worship. But then I don't know what happened with the worship team. They turned it up. They got in their word. They started praying, and the worship has turned 100% around. So I thank you guys for that, because you guys usher in the spirit on how it's supposed to be. Now I want to be on time. I want to be here worshiping with you guys. So yeah. Being asked to help with the kids in VBS. Never would I have thought that I would have been asked to do that, because I didn't want to really help out when I started coming to this church. I just wanted to come here, I wanted to get the word, and then I wanted to leave.